There is no way that this president is looking to protect people. He is looking essentially to allow polluting industries to be able to have the run of show. The only reason to roll back these rules is to make sure that they're more beneficial to the polluting industries.
We have to knock out 2 regulations for every new regulation. So if there's a new regulation, they have to knock out 2.
The sole reason they're doing it is to basically be able to have the president stand up and say that we have reduced regulatory burden with little to no regard for what that means to you and I and the breathing public. President Trump's framing is let's get all these regulations out of the way of doing business is exactly opposite of the mission of the Environmental Protection Agency. We are not there to protect polluters, we're there to protect people from polluters. So we didn't just lose time, we lost fundamental protections, the result of which will be you're breathing dirtier air now than you would have otherwise. You're drinking water that you cannot be sure is protective of your health because this administration doesn't want to protect our rivers and streams above that feed your drinking water and doesn't want to regulate chemicals that are in your drinking water to ensure it's protective. And so we have the fight of the century on those issues. These rollbacks of the Trump administration are really being done for the sole purpose of President Trump claiming to be business friendly at the expense of the Black communities, the communities of color, the poor communities that have always been disproportionately burdened and harmed by pollution. COVID-19 has taught us a couple of lessons. One is that the world can't fall apart in a moment's notice, but also we can change our behavior too. You know, there's nothing like a catastrophe to get people to stand up and say, okay, enough. This administration has done just enough to make all of these issues readily apparent. We have not lost our ability to, in a moment's notice, change this to our opportunity for a clean energy economy. We have an opportunity to invest like never before. We have an opportunity not just to roll back the rollbacks and replace them with something good for standards, but to really motivate the new clean energy economy, build jobs, do it in a fair way, bring the folks that were in fossil fuels into a clean energy economy. And we have young people that will demand no less than that. We are at a moment in time where the demand for change is palpable, where climate change is visual. We can see it, we can feel it, we can taste it. And if anyone out there doesn't think this is the fight of our lives, they're wrong.